Every year on Passover, we ask questions. Why is this year's Passover different from every other year? This is one of the questions we'll ask this year. And to answer this question, I was thinking to pose another question. What is your most favorite part of Passover? For some, it's the food. For some, it's the family. For some, it's friends gathered around our table. For some of us, it's stories and even jokes told over and over again from year to year. For some of us, it's being together to sing the ancient songs and pray the ancient prayers. And for some of us, it's that magical moment in the Seder when the person leading turns to the page in the Haggadah where he reads, "Dinner is served." Well, like you, I love Passover too. I love so much about Passover, and it brings up so many memories for me, but one of my favorite things about Passover is the ancient lesson that we learn each year. In every generation, we are obligated to see ourselves as if we personally came forth from Egypt. This year, I suspect it will be easier for all of us to remember this ancient lesson. This year, Passover will be so difficult for so many of us. So many of us are physically separated from our families and friends. So many of us are alone, truly alone, anxious and isolated, frightened and lonely. Some of us are worrying about those of our loved ones and others who are ill. Some of us are grieving. And all of us are wondering, will this year be different? Our table will look different. There will be more empty chairs this year than we're used to, perhaps. There will be some or all of the foods and ritual objects missing from our table this year because we've been unable to bring them together. For some of us, our Haggadah will be on a computer, or a computer will be sitting on the table, bringing our family and friends together through Zoom. But Passover, nonetheless, this year will come to all of us, in joy and in sorrow, as it always does, teaching us that ever-renewed ancient lesson. This too shall pass. Passover reminds us each year to have faith and to be hopeful. It reminds us to remember the journey from oppression to freedom and then to redemption. And so I want to invite you this year to find some small way, in your own way, to bring Passover special meaning, to hold it dear to you, to make it precious and to honor it and to bless this sacred time. If you're so inclined, there are numerous sources and resources available on the internet to help you find a Haggadah online or other suggestions and creative programs for Passover. Over the next few weeks, the other rabbis and the cantor and our directors and I will be all joining together to share with you each day as Passover approaches, readings and reminders and creative ways to infuse Passover this year with new meaning. We invite you to free yourself from the expectation that Passover this year will be exactly like it has always been, for it will not be. It will be different, but it will be good enough. In fact, I invite you to forgive yourself now for whatever you leave out of Passover, whatever you choose not to observe, and instead to find those elements of this beautiful and precious time that bring it meaning and hope and blessing. Amy and I and our family invite you to celebrate Passover from afar with us, to celebrate hope, to celebrate faith, to celebrate our confidence in the future. May it bring blessing for us all. Happy Passover.